right, so it's the morning of day 3, and if you want to take a look, it's absolutely gorgeous. We are in Grace Bay Beach on the Turks and Caicos Island, kind of halfway between Florida and the Virgin Islands. Really an amazing place. We had a great night last night. We're at the 7 Stars Resort. It was a great place if you ever want to come down here. So today, first stop is going to be to get back into the mainland. So we're heading up to Fort Pierce, which is Foxtrot Papa Romeo, FPR. We're going to head up there. It's kind of southeast of Orlando. We'll clear customs there, and then our goal is to probably get to Nashville, but we'll kind of play it by ear once we get into the mainland, just see what the weather's doing, see how how far we want to go on the plane. It's just under 3 hours from here to Florida, which I mean really is not that bad. I think it's like 2 hours and 50 minutes, and that's with a little bit of a headwind. So the process of getting out of here, we parked at Provo Air Center. It was a great FBO here. They did a phenomenal job helping us with all the customs paperwork. Everything was very seamless, very easy to get through. And then we've pre-filled all the departure forms for the declarations out. And again, Provo fills all that out. We just sign it when we get back to the airport. We filed our flight plans from here to Fort Pierce. In this case, I know I'm going to have good cell signal once I get back to the stateside, so I'll just file the remaining flight plans once we get there. I filed our EAPIS, the Electronic Passenger Manifest, to CBP, so they'll receive that. And I told them, when I'm expecting to hit the U.S. Either shoreline or AIDAS, when I'm gonna hit that and what time. And then the other thing we'll have to do is we'll have to call the customs office where we're going to clear customs, just to give them a heads up of what time we're anticipating being at their local office. You always want to give them, I think, at least an hour notice, but certainly, we'll have to give them at least 3 hours notice because we'll be airborne. So we'll notify the local office. We filed our EAPIS, we filed our flight plan. The last thing is to hopefully have a safe flight back to the States. It looks like a beautiful weather day. There's not great radar coverage for planning purposes, but everything that I can see, it looks really nice. It's VFR the whole way. As we mentioned yesterday, now that we have onboard radar, we can use that sort of as a backup safety feature in addition to our planning. So anyway, we're gonna head out now and we'll update you in flight.
Clear for takeoff, 902 Bravo Alpha.
Polo approach, hello, JetBlue 1179 is out of 31,000, descending to 7,000 with Quebec.
JetBlue 1179, Provo approach report checking already. After already, direct to Raham, spelled Romeo Alpha, Hotel Alpha Mike. Expect the RMP approach runway 10 QNH 30.14. Raham, Romeo Alpha, Hotel Alpha Mike. And JetBlue 1179, how are you rating tower?
Loud and clear, JetBlue 1179.
H 30.14.
We are currently at flight level 180, and if you watch the previous video, you'll note that their flight level starts at, I believe, 060, so we've been at the flight levels for quite a long time. And when we were going into the Turks yesterday, we started hearing a little squealy sound, and we kind of figured out after trying everything that it was our air conditioning fan, I think, is squealing a little bit. So we were like, okay, just so we can turn that off, let's go a little bit higher. The view isn't quite as nice up high, but at any rate, at least we don't need to use the air conditioner. All right, so right now we are over the Mayaguana Islands of the Bahamas. So we just took off here out of Providenciales, Turks and Caicos, and our route of flight is taking us kind of all along the Bahamas here, up to an intersection called Surfin, and then into Fort Pierce, Florida. And really nice, if you were flying like a single engine airplane, if you went up kind of, not even that high, but 8,000 feet or so, you can easily stay within gliding distance of land the whole way. So this is a really pretty route to come along the Northway, all the way down to the Turks. You can see all the islands of the Bahamas. Really, really just beautiful. So thought I'd share a couple of kind of thoughts as we departed the Turks, just our experience. We ended up going to the Provo Air Center, and had just a great experience. I mentioned it in the last video, I think, but they handle everything. They really help you with all the paperwork that's required. Your general declarations are completed. You'll send them an international flight plan, an ICAO flight plan, and oh, my phone's recording right now. For flight, if you go into the flight plan after you file it, you can go into the flight plan, like view it again, and then there's the little like send or export button, and then send that via email, and it'll send the ICAO flight plan. So I just sent that to the concierge email. They sent it to Tower. That's another thing that surprised me about the Turks. It's similar to Cozumel that we fly the airliner into, but it's like one person that works approach, tower, ground, everything. So that was kind of intriguing. So they don't have a lot. I don't think they have radar there for them. So, you're doing constant position reports, so that was kind of something new. So on the way out, the Provo Air Center arranged everything. They got our flight plan sent to the tower. Very, very helpful for everything. So I would highly recommend the Provo Air Center if you're going there. I've heard great things about Blue, the other FBO on the field. Everybody says great things, so I think you can't go wrong. But we did have a great experience with Provo. Another weird thing about the Turks, and you'll see this on the airport diagram, there's no taxiways, which I just found, that's actually very common in the smaller airports in the Caribbean, but it always takes me by surprise. So if you're coming in at a busy time, which they told us was Saturdays, they said Saturdays, it's insane. So you have all these airplanes, the commercial traffic, GA traffic coming from all different, the FBO taxiways everywhere. They all have to come out one at a time, taxi all the way back, and then take off. So it's a very slow, very crowded operation. So recommendation, you can always double check with them, but Saturdays are super busy. There was like nobody there for us. So end of March during the week apparently is a great time to go. So that was interesting. Mentioned the ICAO outbound flight plan. Another cool thing about the Provo Air Center, they arranged also our ground transportation. We just needed to go to the resort and back. I've read online that if you're going to stay in the Turks, it's nice to have a car just so you can get around. They're like the U.S. Virgin Islands where you sit on the left seat, but you drive on the left. So it's kind of like Ireland, or England, where you're on the left side of the road, but here your seat is on the left side, just like in the States, but you drive on the left. So I'm glad. It was nice to just take a car. So it was nice that Provo, again, arranged our ground transportation. So then coming back, I think I mentioned it this morning in the video, but just to reiterate, the first thing I did was submit, two things kind of simultaneously. The EAPIS, which is the passenger manifest, I submit that to CBP in their system online through EAPIS, and then I file my flight plan. So I've sent that information so that they know who's coming, and then you need to basically
get... November 902 Bravo Alpha, change to my frequency, 126.27.
902 Bravo Alpha, made the switch, 2627.
November 902 Bravo Alpha, Miami Center, thank you.
So you need to basically notify the local customs. You need to have permission to land at the local customs airport. Unfortunately, they were not open yet, so it left a number for the Miami AOC control or whatever it was. So I called the Miami location. Everybody's very helpful. Sat on hold for maybe 10 minutes, and then they were able to put that into their system and grant me landing permission. And then I can't show you because it's on my phone, but then they send a confirmation email that we're approved to land at Fort Pierce and an estimated time of arrival. And at that airport, it says it's, I think most airports, but plus or minus 30-minute window. So if you're going to be beyond that 30-minute window, you need to get a hold of either flight service, or you could even ask, maybe in a pinch, you could ask ATC, but you'd want to call flight service and have them notify the local customs office that you're running late or you're going to be more than 30 minutes early. So kind of three things there: the EAPIS, filing the EAPIS, the passenger manifest, and then you're going to file your flight plan. As usual, it's an ICAO flight plan, and then contacting the local CBP office for permission to land at that particular airport and give them an ETA. And again, for this one, it was plus or minus 30 minutes. So right now we're showing about 10 minutes early to our ETA, so that should be just fine. And it's a beautiful day again to go flying. We're at flight level 180 doing 199 knots across the ground, so 200 knots, that's 230 miles an hour, and 2 hours and 27 minutes left. It was a total flight time about 3 hours, which really tough to beat going from the islands back to the mainland. So anyway, we'll update you a little further along. We are currently pretty close to the coast of the U.S. here. So you can see we're just over this intersection called Surfin. And then, actually, you can look on this map here. That's probably better.
So
So we're coming up on Surfin, and then we're going to join Bahamas route 62 Victor up to this intersection here, and they're going to vector us around into Fort Pierce. We just got handed off to Palm Beach Approach, and I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the mainland way off in the distance there. Kind of hard, I guess, on the video, but it's always kind of nice when you fly out over water for 3 hours to see the mainland, although in the Bahamas it is absolutely amazing because you're kind of over the islands the whole time. So really excited. We're going to be landing in about 15 minutes. We're going to head into customs, and hopefully everything goes as planned. All right, so we are cleared for the visual approach, and we're just going to check on the tower now. Hello, Tower 902 Bravo, visual approach 10 right.
902 Bravo, Fort Pierce Tower, reduce to final approach speed, your number 4 to the runway.
Slowing down, 902BA.
4229 November Delta, call your base turn, you're following a Twin Cessna, about 5 mile final.
You called my base turn, Cherokee 229 Alpha Delta.
All right, so we're clear for the visual. We're slowing about 120 knots.
Cessna 902 Bravo Alpha, your number 2 following a Seminole mile-and-a-half final, runway 10 right, clear to land.
Number 2, clear to land, 10 right, 902BA.
Whitecap 637, give me your best forward speed. You got a Twin Cessna about a mile in trail now.
Best forward speed, Whitecap 637.
That guy is like 2 miles ahead of us, so they put the sequence way too
Whitecap
close.
254, you are number 1, correct?
Slowing as much as I can.
We're on 360.
Yes, Tower, Whitecap
Airspeed.
So I'm even getting the warning. We're safe, but we're definitely slow. The only reason we're safe is because we're lightweight.
10 left, taxi via Foxtrot.
Ground 10 left, taxi via Foxtrot, Whitecap 257.
They definitely did not
637,
give us
no delay
enough
to
room
Bravo,
here.
contact ground.
On the day to Bravo over to ground.
So the Seminole's still on the runway.
Okay, I need to, who's number 1 at 10
We're 0.8
right?
miles from touching
We are
down
Whitecap
here.
360.
For left, clear for
Right,
takeoff.
there he goes.
Left traffic 10.
Autopilot's disconnected. Yaw dampers off. Flaps are full. Pick up a couple knots here, and we are
Number
clear to land.
5920 Quebec, Fort Pierce Tower, hold short, runway 10 right, awaiting the IFR release with Palm Beach as well. Number 229 November Delta, runway 10 right, continue. Number 02 Bravo Alpha, turn right at Alpha 3, contact ground.
Right turn Alpha 3 over ground now to be.
Cap 316, fly heading 140, runway 10 right.
Whitecap 254, Pierce ground, runway 10 right, taxi Charlie Alpha.
10 right, Charlie Alpha, Whitecap 250.
Number 229 November Delta,
Bravo.
runway 10
Whitecap
right.
637.
Here we are at flight level 180, 18,000 feet. And if you pull up the map here, you can see we are kind of on the, as the Florida makes the turn up to the panhandle of Florida there. We're heading to Nashville right now. Looks like a pretty nice day again, just a little bit of precip off to our left, but should be a great flight up to Nashville there. We landed at Fort Pierce, went over to customs. It was actually kind of cool. There was a number of old UND airplanes that were down there doing flight training, so it was kind of fun to see that. We got a couple pictures of those airplanes. Customs experience was great. We taxied in to the ramp there, took all of our bags in, and very friendly, checked all of our documents, and that was it. Then we were on our way. We went out of customs then, and the FBO comes over, and they're able to fuel you right there at customs, so we just used the restroom and hop back in the plane, filed our flight plan to Nashville, and headed out to Nashville. So, I don't know. This is one where I don't have any reservations or anything in Nashville. So once we land, we'll. I did see there was plenty of rooms available at a lot of different hotels. So we'll just pick a hotel once we get there, and spend the evening, grab some dinner in Nashville, and I guess we'll update you probably once we get there.
Jackson.